You wouldn't think that there were so many options when it comes to pressure canners, but I've got 3 options right here to show you. Now, a pressure canner is perfect for canning any of the low acid items like meats and soups and stews, and then the vegetables. This pressure canner is probably the most common one that I see. It has, of course, the weight, and then a dial gauge to show me the pressure, a pressure indicator, and on the inside, it has a rubber gasket, and that's what makes it so that it can seal so nicely to the bottom. It has these little locking parts here, and then it also has the basket, which keeps the jars from being on the bottom so that they don't break. This one is an old All-American pressure canner. It still has the dial so that I can see what the pressure is, but it doesn't have a pressure indicator. And the vent and the weight are actually both together in what is called a peacock. When it's open, it will vent, but when it's closed, it won't. And that's when the pressure will build there. Now you'll notice the inside, it actually goes somewhat inside the unit, and there is no rubber gasket. For this one, you just screw the top down tight enough that it can handle the pressure. When you're putting the lid on, it's best to work opposite each other, and so you would put this side on, do it lightly, put this side on, do it lightly, and then over here, and then once they're all on, you tighten them all down so that it doesn't make it just a little bit crooked there. And then this has a little rack in it as well. This one is my most modern pressure canner, and it's electric, and it's super nice because other than pushing the button a couple of times and putting the regulator on, it does the whole process for you. So it has the regulator, the weight, and then it also has a locking mechanism here, and then it locks on the lid as you turn it, or unlocks it in this case. Instead of having a rubber gasket, this one has a silicone one, and it has a little wire that goes inside that silicone gasket that holds it in place. It also has a small plate, and then it has an insert that comes out for easy cleaning. This particular one has a few limitations. It can only hold 5 quart-sized jars, but they do make larger ones as well. One of the things that I really like about this is that I can actually do water bath in here, at least if I'm doing the pints or the half pints. And so that's kind of nice that it'll do both functions. So I'm canning turkey today, and the majority of pressure canners work the same. You start out and you add 3 quarts of hot water to the bottom. And then I add all of my jars in. There's a little arrow on the lid, and most lids have some kind of a mark, and you just match it up with the arrow that's on the base. So I put it down where it says open, and then I twist it to the closed mark. So now it's locked, it's nice and tight. Then I'll place it on the stove, and I'll bring it to a boil, and it will start to vent. Now that it's steaming out of the vent, I'll set my timer for 10 minutes. The 10 minutes is over, so I'll place my weight over the top of the vent, and that causes the pressure indicator to go up. And now my pressure gauge will start to go up. Now that my pressure dial is up past my target pressure, I begin to reduce the temperature. And at this point, I'll set my timer. Once the timer goes off, then it's time to turn off the heat, and I'll just leave that sitting with the heat turned off until the pressure comes down to 0. Once the dial gauge says it has 0 pressure and the pressure indicator is down, I take the weight off. The nice thing about this is if there had been any pressure still in there that it somehow didn't pick up, it would release at that point. Then I unlock the lid, and I'll lift it off away from me so that that steam doesn't go into my face. Then I'll let this sit for 10 minutes and allow it to cool. And then I just remove my jars and place them on a heat-resistant surface. I want them about 1 to 2 inches apart just so that they cool down quickly. If you stay within this certain zone of temperature for too long, there's actually a bacteria that can proliferate. And it doesn't actually make you sick or anything, but it can make your food not taste as good and be discolored. So it's really best to cool them down as quickly as possible. Then I'll leave them for about 24 hours so that they can get a good seal. I can tell that the lid is sealed if it has depressed down in the center. If it has, then I remove the ring. The lid should stay on perfectly sealed without it. I'll wash off the outside with hot soapy water, especially with the chicken or the turkey, any of the meats. There tends to be just a little bit more grease that gets in the water, and so it'll get on the outside of the jars. So soap is going to be your friend in this case. And then I store them in the pantry, which is cool, dry, and dark, perfect for canned goods. They should be good for anywhere from 1 to 3 years.